Back for another week. It's the Gridiron Grind, Creta 3 and Jimmy G back on the Gridiron Grind, episode 5 of the season. What's happening, Jimmy?
Nothing much, man. Trying to get back on track this week. I'm excited. I'm excited about this week more so than I've been the others. So I like it.
All
Got
right.
some good games coming up too.
So this might be the greatest weekend of college football in the season.
I agree. I mean, there's a lot of good matchups. And then we're only a week away from Texas OU.
2 weeks.
But this week, like
2 weeks
2
from
weeks.
Saturday.
Sorry. 2 weeks from Saturday. Yeah, Arkansas, Notre Dame. I'm kind of looking forward to see. That's going to be a like, how good is Taylon Green as far as NFL? I don't have any hopes left for this season, but how good is he for an NFL guy? Well, let's find out against Notre Dame and uh, Illinois, USC. I'm excited about that one.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, there's some great games. There's some good games that non-ranked, first-ranked matchups. Like you said, Arkansas and Notre Dame. Auburn, Texas A&M. I'm intrigued by that one. It's a great Saturday of college football. The NFL slate, it's the best NFL week of the season so far.
yeah.
And then not to mention you got the Ryder Cup. Go Team
Oh,
USA.
yeah, that's
Ryder
right.
Cups this weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Trying to win the cup back, boys. Get her done this weekend at Bethpage Black there in New York. It's gonna be a great weekend of sports. Let's just get this out of the way. Dallas Cowboys stink. The Cowboys are in trouble. They lose to the Bears. I think it was 31-14.
Yeah.
Non-competitive second half. Defense is atrocious. It's terrible. It doesn't get any better. They host the Packers on Sunday Night Football. They're going to get annihilated
Yeah.
on national television in front of America. It's going to be bad. What's your hope meter at for the Cowboys rest of the season?
I hope we finish above the Giants. That's all at this point I can ask for. I've always said that, I mean, the Giants doing what the Giants do is the only thing keeping us from being last in the division.
True.
Of course, we've got some injury bugs, CD, got some offensive line injuries, but
Yep.
we let the guy with painted fingernails come out
Sure
and
did.
have his Heisman moment. And so,
And to make matters worse, the Eagles come back on the Rams. We thought, well,
yeah,
maybe the Eagles will drop one. They did not. They came back on the Rams as the Eagles do. That's a difference between a winning franchise right now and a losing franchise. Eagles find a way to win a game that they had no business winning until the end. Cowboys just defensively just didn't show up at all and lost to the Bears, who were winless.
yeah. So,
And Chiefs get back on
ugh.
track. That'll be a good game. Chiefs and Ravens are back. That should be a good game. I'm interested in that one. Ravens look like the better football team right now. They're both 1-2, so that's a crucial game for the Ravens and Chiefs because the loser is going to
Yeah,
be 1-3.
that's a big game. And then, but the regular season doesn't bode well for Mahomes and the Chiefs against the Ravens.
True.
In the playoffs, they always beat them. In the regular season, though, the Ravens kind of own them.
Except
So,
for last year, the Chiefs did win.
yeah,
Last year, that was the toe first game of the season with the tight end's toe was on the line, and they would have won, but his tippy toe
yeah.
was on the white, incomplete pass, and the Chiefs win. But yes, other than that, the Ravens have owned the Chiefs in the regular season. The Ravens and Bengals have owned the Chiefs in the regular season.
And then people go, "Oh, I always like it when it happens." It's always funny to me how it's Chiefs will lose. Like, let's say the Chiefs lose this one, it'll be, "Uh-oh, should Andy Reid retire? Or is the Chiefs dynasty over? Is Travis Kelsey too distracted with Taylor Swift? Was Mahomes worth all that money?" Like, I love the just kind of panic button that gets
Yep.
hit when you have a franchise as good. You notice, like the Cowboys, there's not a panic button because we haven't had expectations really. When we have expectations, we hit the same button, but we just haven't. So, you'll see it when Philly loses a game this year. It'll be, oh, well, maybe or the team that stops the tush push.
Yeah.
It'll be, uh-oh, God, is Philly's dynasty over now that the tush push can't, whether it's the refs or the players that stop it. And so I love the panic button that gets hit.
Uh, yeah, it's tough to hit the panic button on the Chiefs when they've played in five of the last six Super Bowls, winning
Yeah,
three.
yeah,
But this year feels different. They feel like they're a
right.
step behind. Should be some good games. You got the Buccaneers hosting the Eagles, both teams 3-0. You have the Colts and Rams. Who would have thought the Colts would be 3-0 with Daniel
Golly, yeah,
Jones, Danny Dimes looking like the early season MVP. We have our first London game. Wake up 8:30 Central. It's the Steelers and the Vikings over in London.
yeah.
So it's going to be a phenomenal Sunday of football, Saturday of football, and then the Ryder Cup. Um, but the Cowboys stink, and they're going to get humiliated on national television against the Packers Sunday Night Football. I have no hope. And now we
Hey,
got all these injuries. No hope.
and you got to hope Micah doesn't just have that game. You know he'll be motivated regardless. He is just one player, but I'm going, man,
Over under
like that's
sack.
a game changer.
If I put it at 1.5 sacks for Micah Parsons, over or under, he gets him at least once. But does he get him more than 1.5?
Yeah, because I don't think they'll take him out. I think
That
Micah,
and can Terrence Steele really block him for an entire
no,
game?
not for 4 quarters.
And I don't know
I
if
think
Tyler
he gets
Guyton
him
can block
once.
him for an entire 4 quarters either.
I think he gets him once early, kind of sets the tone, and then the next one probably comes in the fourth quarter, and hell, it may be against Joe Milton. But I think Parsons gets over 1.5 sacks.
Yeah, I'll take the over on Parsons over 1.5 sacks. All right, let's move on to college football. A huge slate of games. First was last week. You have some big wins. Texas Tech, huge win over Utah and looked good. It was a tight game till late, till about midway of the fourth quarter. But even then, when it was tight, Tech looked like the better football team. Tech ends up pulling away, and I mean, it was really never in doubt the way Tech. One thing that surprised me about Tech, their defense looked really good. Um, and because I thought Utah's offense was really good and their quarterback was good. Hadn't thrown an interception all year. I think he threw two against Tech. Also, I thought Utah was the best team in the Big 12. After watching that, everybody's got to believe Texas Tech is the team to beat in the Big 12 right now,
Hmm.
hands down. So they got the inside track. They're undefeated. Inside track to win the Big 12, make the playoffs. OU gets a big win at home against Auburn. Might have got some help from the refs on a couple of occasions. The scoop and score was called back. The illegal play, but OU wins. John Mateer balled out. He's a winner. But earlier this week, he has a hand injury that requires surgery. He's going to be out. Varied reports. Venables said he was out for their next game. They have a bye, and then they play Kent State. He wouldn't talk about the Texas game. All reports, though, with this thumb injury, having surgery, he's probably gonna be out at least 3 to 4 weeks, which would sideline him for the Texas game. And even though I'm a diehard Texas fan, uh, I mean, yeah, on one hand, I'm like, great, we play Hawkins, who we dominated last year, but at the same time, I think it would be a heck of a game if Mateer was playing Texas OU. It would. I don't know who would win. It'd be a heck of a game. Um,
Yeah, I think so too. It's like when I was watching last week, my Hogs play Memphis. Other than the outcome, like if you watch the game, like it was a good game going back and
yep,
forth. We should have beat Memphis, but we talked about it going in there, man. You go, Memphis has got a great track record against the Power Four teams. They beat teams they
they're
shouldn't
good.
beat when they play them at home. And that's exactly what happened. But watching it, I mean, it's going down. We're driving, and then all of a sudden it's a fumble, and you're going, holy crap. Like, I mean, ended up being a good game. I wish the outcome was different, but yeah, Mateer being out, that's a huge loss for Oklahoma,
Yep.
especially you're going, okay, between Kent State and the bye, you can probably go 2-0. But that Texas game, they're had that one circled. They have it circled every year, and now he's going to potentially be out. I bet he plays. I bet they force him back in early, which is not what I would want to do against that defense of Texas. But
Right. Yep.
sounds like a them problem.
Yep. We'll see what happens there. October 11th is a Texas OU Red River game. Back to Memphis over Arkansas. Tough loss for the Hogs, but Memphis has got to be the favorite right now for the Group of Five slot in the playoffs. I would think they have a Power Five win. They're undefeated. They look good. If they win the AAC, I bet they make the. I can see them making the playoff Group of Five.
Mhm.
Indiana just demolishes Illinois in a first ranked game.
Yeah.
I called in Illinois on Coffee Credo. Worst bet, worst pick I've ever given out. I mean, that thing was over quick. Indiana looks legit. Like last year, they were a great story. This year, they look like a legit team in the Big Ten. Miami takes care of business against Florida, and Michigan beats Nebraska, and they look like the better team that whole game as well. So that's kind of recapping last week. This week, four ranked versus ranked matchups in college football. We'll start with the big noon kickoff on Fox. Number 21 USC at number 23 Illinois. Illinois trying to bounce back after that humiliating loss to Indiana. USC undefeated, scoring a lot of points. USC on the road, favored by 6.5. What do you think in USC Trojans and Illinois?
I think Illinois got to find a way to bounce back because if they don't, USC is going to tear them apart again. Like you said,
Yep.
putting up points. Um, so yeah, they've got. I'm excited to watch that game because I like Bielema and I like the way he coaches. So I'm excited to see it. But yeah, they have to they got to correct some mistakes. Otherwise, like you said, I mean USC is pretty good. Lincoln Riley's got them firing on all cylinders. So
Scoring a lot of
Indiana's
points
going to
for
have to come out
USC.
and execute.
Next one is SEC play afternoon game. Number 4 LSU and number 13 Ole Miss. Ole Miss started out as LSU as a slight favorite. It has switched around. Ole Miss favored by 1.5. Ole Miss kind of playing both quarterbacks. LSU Garrett Nussmeier. Offensive struggle for LSU. They have not really clicked yet. Ole Miss, they had a close one against Kentucky. LSU close one against Clemson. Both teams are undefeated. Should be a good game. Side note, have you heard this about Lane Kiffin's daughter?
Mm-mm.
So Lane Kiffin's daughter, apparently, the linebacker, the best defensive player for LSU is this kid named Whit Weeks, linebacker for LSU.
Okay.
Turns out Lane Kiffin's daughter, her name's Landry, is dating Whit Weeks, and she didn't post about it until earlier in the week on Instagram. They made it official that they've been dating. And
Oh, dude.
what's even funnier about that is obviously Lane Kiffin probably knew about it, but he's very vocal on social media, Instagram and Twitter. Lane Kiffin quote tweeted it and said, "Take the over," as in I guess he's going to tear the defense up and his daughter's
Take the
boyfriend.
over. All right.
Take the over, is what Lane Kiffin said. What do you think
Love it.
LSU Ole Miss?
I think it's going to be a battle of Lane Kiffin, Brian Kelly, two coaches going at it. LSU, I think, is the better team. Their fact they're getting points
Yeah.
is pretty big. But Ole Miss just finds a way. They had a close one against us. Uh, I think it's going to be a dogfight. I wish it was in Death Valley. I think that'd be a better environment. But in
Oh,
Oxford, still be rowdy.
Ole Miss
So I
has to
think it's going
grow.
to be a really
Yeah.
good game.
I think it's gonna be a great game. I don't know. I kind of like LSU. I know a lot of people are on Ole Miss, but and that's why the number shifted. But I think it's gonna be a dogfight. Like I said, it's gonna be a great game. Then we go to two night games. There's a whiteout in Penn State. We got number 6 Oregon at number 3 Penn State. Penn State right now favored by 3.5, and
Yeah.
whiteout at home. Oregon's looked tremendous. Penn State struggled. I shouldn't say struggled. Just hadn't looked great against not good competition. But this is the first big test. James Franklin only 4-20 against top 10 teams, so he hasn't been great in these big time matchups. Oregon at Penn State. What do you think?
The whiteout, man. Don't ever mess with Penn State on the whiteout. And you don't mess with Rutgers in the red bandana game. So
True.
Oregon's going to have to play the
Boston
perfect
College in
game.
the red bandana game.
Sorry, Boston College. Yeah, sorry, BC fans, not
Yeah, I know
Rutgers.
we have at least one
Uh,
BC fan, so I want to make sure we got.
yeah, you're correct. That's my bad. Sorry, I was looking over here at my notes. Got tongue tied. Oregon's got to play mistake-free football. That place is going to be rocking. Penn State is tough to beat when it's not a whiteout. Then you throw that in. I mean, it just the whole atmosphere, everything, and it gets in your head because you're going to play in the whiteout. So, good luck. Oregon's got to play perfect mistake-free football.
Yeah, I mean, is this the year for James Franklin? He's got the quarterback. He's got a pretty good defense. Is this the year James Franklin actually does some damage? I mean, he did play for a Big Ten championship last year, lost to Ohio State, but he had the schedule to do it. He lost every top 10 team he played last year, he lost, except for, uh, I guess you count Indiana in the playoffs. And who else did they beat? Well, they lost to Notre Dame.
Uh-huh.
So,
I say it wasn't
oh,
Notre
they
Dame.
played Boise State, but Boise State wasn't in the top 10 team. So he doesn't fare well in these big matchups, but it's a big statement, home game for him. Should be a great game. Then the nightcap, checking the numbers here. Number 17, Alabama at number 5, Georgia. This was a classic last year, high scoring game. Alabama led the whole game. Georgia comes roaring back, and then Alabama scores a late touchdown to win it. It's been Georgia 3.5 almost all week. I'm checking the number right now. It has now gone under 3. Georgia now only favored by 2.5. For my money, I just don't go against Kirby Smart at
Mm-hmm.
home. He's getting under a field goal. I lean
Mm-hmm.
Georgia here. That Alabama defense hasn't didn't look great against Florida State. Now they whipped up on a couple of nobodies in Wisconsin, and Wisconsin is bad this year.
Yeah.
So I don't put a lot of stock in how Alabama's looked since they lost to Florida State. And Georgia's just been Georgia. I mean, they outscored Tennessee. Probably had no business winning that game, but they find a way to win because they're Georgia and they're coached by Kirby Smart. You win 2 national titles in the last couple of years. You get the benefit of the doubt. So my money would be on Georgia, especially if I'm getting less than a field goal at home.
Me too, and exactly for that reason. Anytime you can get a team like the Dogs at home under 3, you got to take them, especially like you said, the track record against Bama and how the two teams have looked this year too. So yeah, I like Georgia in that one.
All right. We're about four, everybody's basically played 4 games. So that is a third of the way through the season. Still might be a little early. But if you had to pick, I mean, who are the 1, 2 teams that stand out to you as the best teams in college football that
Mm.
you've seen?
And Miami has really impressed
That's
me.
that's the name that
Uh,
comes to my mind.
Dude, Miami has looked good. They get after both sides. They get after you on offense. They get after you on defense. Um, yeah, Miami, right off the top of my head, is the team that I go, oh crap.
That's the team
Um,
that I say I think they've looked the best. That defense is way better than I anticipated it being. And Carson Beck's played pretty well. They got some good weapons. Miami to me has looked the best team in the country. They've played Notre Dame, they've played South Florida, and they've played Florida. So 3 of their 4 games have been quality opponents. Even though Florida's on a slide, but they still got a good defense.
mhm.
Miami pulled away late last week. I think Miami jumps out. Ohio State, they beat Texas on the road or at home to open up the season. Didn't look great, but they've put up a lot of offensive numbers since then. But they haven't played anybody since they played Texas, and jury's kind of still out on Texas. Offense has struggled. I mean, it bounced back against Sam Houston State as they should have. I think my
Yeah.
3 daughters could have played and still put up points on Sam Houston. So I don't know how much credit Ohio State's getting for the Texas win right now. They hadn't really played anybody else. Ohio State's still number 1. Miami's number 2 in the AP poll. I'd have Miami number 1 for sure. And then after that, it's just a lot of teams. I mean, OU has 2 big quality wins, but now
Mhm.
that the tier's out, A&M, they got that big road win against Notre Dame. See how they do against Auburn this week. And Oregon has dominated everybody.
Mhm.
And then Indiana, you can't overlook what Indiana did. Penn State hasn't really had to play a tough team yet. LSU they're undefeated, but they haven't looked great. Georgia did beat Tennessee, but they look like they might have some holes. Penn State, we'll find out about them this week. Florida State looked good against Alabama. But you know who else? Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt scored 70 points last week. Finally got ranked. They
Yeah.
come in at number 18.
And that wasn't in a practice either. That was a real game.
That was a real, I mean, 70.
Yeah.
Against Georgia Southern, but Georgia Southern beat them last year. So, all right. Yeah, but we both agree. Miami has looked like the
Miami
best
is
team in the
my,
country.
yeah.
Okay. Time for the picks. And I had a winning week last week.
Heck
Jimmy
yeah.
still trying to get above on a winning week. So I was
Yeah,
five
three
and
and
three.
five last week.
Jimmy 3-5. I'm 13-10 on the season. Jimmy 9-17, but it only takes one big week. Takes one big
I think
week
we
to
got it this week.
get back on track. I mean, I'll take a winning week every week. That means we're making money every week. I have 8 games again. Eight's been my number on the Gridiron Grind. 4 college, 4 NFL.
I've got 11, but 2 in one game.
Okay, okay.
So,
I'll start. I have a Friday game. So there's
all
three
right.
Friday night games this week in college football. Should be some good ones. I'm going to go with Virginia hosting Florida State. It's just a short week. Virginia's at home. Virginia quietly been playing some solid football. They're getting more than a touchdown, and I really like the number here. Virginia's 3-1. Florida State comes in undefeated at 3-0. But Virginia at home, short week, Friday night. I'm going to take the 7 and the hook. So give me the Virginia Cavaliers plus 7.5 against Florida State, Friday night.
I love it. I love it. My first one to Arkansas, Notre Dame, under 64. Notre Dame's defense is legit. Notre Dame likes to run the football. We're going to find out Taylon Green how true he's truly dynamic, but this could be his, they were talking about Taylon Green earlier, kind of be interesting. It could be a Heisman contender on a team that not very good, almost Jaden Daniels like when he was at LSU. This game, I just think the under is going to hit. I just don't think Arkansas will be able to do enough. And I think Notre Dame, once they get up 10-14, they will just hand the rock off and just milk that clock. So I like under 64 in Arkansas, Notre Dame.
So I have a bet, but we're going to be opposite here. And so we've bet Arkansas Notre Dame or Arkansas over 3 weeks in a row, and they've all hit. So I'm going to ride
Yeah.
with my guy, but I kind of get the feeling that this might be the week it ends because I thought the number would be higher than what it is. I show it at 63.5. So here's what we're going to do. Jimmy, you buy half a point to get Jimmy's under. I'm going to buy
Yeah.
half a point to take the over at 63. Both defenses
Right.
are not good. Notre Dame has given up a lot of points to A&M. They gave up a ton of points to a terrible Purdue team. Arkansas's defense hasn't been good. They've scored points on just about everybody. And every
Mhm.
game's went over. This could be the game that it goes under, but it's one of those, I'm going to ride it. I'm going to ride Arkansas over
Like it.
until it misses. So I'm taking Arkansas Notre Dame over 63.
I did that with Oregon, and then it finally
It'll finally
went
backfire on you. They're not going to go over every week.
right. So speaking, we're going to stay on the over train with a team, UNT, killing teams.
Yes.
Last week, crazy win, but 1.5.
What a
Still covered it.
comeback by Army to even
Yeah,
force overtime.
no joke. That game should have been over early, but like you said, Army fights back, loses their quarterback late in overtime, and that's what kind of sealed the deal. Give me UNT South Alabama over 63. UNT's just that good. How about that? Their quarterback never started a game in high school. He
Right.
was and walked on, was the sixth quarterback, and now he's the starter. That's a
Yeah.
pretty good story.
Great story.
I like that. And you can kind of tell how he plays. He plays pretty loose. He's going, man, it's kind of like Brandon Aubrey. He's like, I'm not even supposed to be here, man. I don't care. And so, yeah, give me over 63, UNT and South Alabama.
I like that. I mean, like you said, great story with the quarterback in North Texas, and he's playing great. And North Texas is playing great.
Mm-hmm.
I got another over. Georgia Southern and James Madison over 56.
Ooh,
James Madison's been my sleeper team all year. I picked him to win the Sun Belt. I also think they were a sleeper to make the Group of Five spot in the playoff. I don't know if things are going to shake right for them. They do have the one loss to the Power Five team. I think it was Louisville. Uh, but they got 2 quarterbacks. The quarterback, if you remember, one of their quarterbacks was the guy who started for UNLV last year and then quit on his team after 4 games
yeah, how
and
about
into the
that?
transfer portal. So maybe not a great guy, but James Madison's legit. They're scoring a lot of points. They might hit the over themselves. Georgia Southern, if we can get just a little bit from them, should help us. I think Georgia Southern, James Madison goes over 56.
And that's all you need for an over. You just need, like Oregon State. I just needed Oregon State to do their part.
Yeah,
Sometimes that's all you need. I don't need you to get 30 and 20. I just need you to get to 10. You
right.
know, I just need a team to get to 10 and it'll take care of the rest. So I like that one. TCU and Arizona State. I'm going to run the Horned Frogs here too. TCU plus 3.5. That
I like
Furry they
that.
have the quarterback can sling it, and Arizona State. I even have them as I check my notes here. I think I had them as a Big 12 title contender, but as we've gone on, we can see I'm going, man, I don't know about that anymore. TCU, Texas Tech, some of these other big teams, I think are better than Arizona State, and I think TCU getting points is too good to pass up. So give me TCU plus 3.5.
Love that bet. It was on my short list. That's actually a Friday night game. So that's we actually have three solid Friday night games to watch this week, college football. So if you're not at a high school game, you got some good college football games to watch. Like you said, TCU's looked really good.
Yeah,
That TCU Texas Tech. Actually, the winner of this game, both these teams play Texas Tech. So Tech still got a couple Tech fans like we're probably going undefeated. I mean, it's looking that way, but you still got a couple
yeah,
landmines. You got to play TCU. I think you get them in Lubbock. You got to go to Arizona State, and so you got to get through those two games. You miss Iowa State, and Iowa State's undefeated and looking good. So that's what Tech. You still have a couple landmines, but yeah, you're definitely the favorite win the Big 12. And I think maybe whoever wins this one could be the front runner to be the second best team in the Big 12. It's a big game
yeah.
because you're probably not making the conference championship with more than two losses in conference. But I like the TCU plus 3.5. My next one is I'm going Toledo hosting Akron, and this is more of it's kind of a number play, and Akron's so bad. Akron, I love betting against teams that are terrible, and it's getting to the point where
Mhm.
4 games in, about to play the 5th game. Akron knows they're bad. Toledo has surprised some people and is playing some good football in the MAC. And I think it's minus 20. They're only so they can win by 3 touchdowns here and you can cover. I think Akron's that bad. It's in Toledo. It's a I think it's either a noon start or early afternoon start. I think Toledo wins this game, wins it big because Akron's that bad. So give me Toledo minus 20.
I like that, man. Those are always exciting bets because you just go, all right, there's one. Let's get it. It's almost like betting the over where you're going, all right, there's one. Let's get it. Okay, there's another touchdown. Like, let's get it. You're just constantly rooting like you're plugged in. I love it.
Yeah, if
Duke,
my thought,
Syracuse.
if I can be up by 2 touchdowns at halftime, I love where I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. Because even Akron comes out and makes a couple adjustments. You're like, yeah, it's not going to matter.
Still, I just need to outscore by 1 touchdown in the second half. So
Hmm.
that's if we can get that, I love it. So
Duke and Syracuse. Give me Syracuse plus 4.5. I don't think there's not going to be any Clemson hangover from Syracuse. I think Syracuse is good. Duke still struggling. Give me Syracuse plus 4.5. You're going to get points. Yeah, I'll take it.
now you do know Syracuse starting quarterback out for the year. That was the guy from Notre Dame, but I think their backup came in and did well.
That's
Um,
what I think I'm going. I don't know if Syracuse will win, but I do think they will keep it close. I think
yeah.
they'll rally. They'll do enough to keep Duke's offense off the field, and I think Syracuse will keep that one close.
Let me pull up the stats. Yeah. Backup's name is Ricky Collins. He came in in the fourth quarter and threw a touchdown. So the starting quarterback was that Steve Angeli, who transferred from Notre
Mhm.
Dame. And if you remember, it was like the Final Four game against Penn State, and Riley
Yeah.
Leonard got hurt, and Angeli came in and looked good. So he's their starting quarterback, but he is out for the year. I think it's a torn ACL. But this Ricky Collins came in off the bench, and it was a 3-point game. They only had a 3-point lead over Clemson when he came in, and he came in, marched them down the field, threw a touchdown. So that probably is why Syracuse is getting points because the
Yeah, and
starting
I
quarterback. So
and
you're
I
probably
saw
getting a
that and
great
I
number
go,
there.
he marching down, like the fact he did it on Clemson, not when they were blown out or being blown out.
Right.
Uh, I'm
It
going,
mattered.
yeah, I like that.
It mattered to Clemson
So,
for sure. Okay.
yep.
All right. That's all I got for college. How many more college you
I
got?
got one more college, same game. LSU Ole Miss. Give me LSU plus 1.5 and give me the over 56.5 because of what Lane Kiffin said. Take the over. All right, coach, I'm going to take the over. You probably won't like the outcome because I think LSU wins this. So give me LSU in the points and over 56.5.
All right. I think that game definitely goes over. I think LSU's going to find their stride. They're just waiting for a big game.
Yeah.
Okay. NFL, I got four NFL bets. I got one in each window.
I got
So
five.
we're going to start off with the London game. Kicks off 8:30 a.m. Central Time. The Steelers are playing the Vikings over in London. Vikings quarterback McCarthy is still out. And is that Carson Wentz that was
Carson Wentz. Yeah.
starting for the
Carson
Vikings?
Wentz.
I'll bet against Carson Wentz any day of the week, especially if I'm getting points. I'll take Aaron Rodgers and the more experienced Steelers team when you got to travel over across the pond to London. So give me the Steelers +3 in London against the Vikings.
I like that bet. I'm going to add it live. I had the under 41 in that game because, like you said, I think the two defenses are good. Traveling across, I think that's going to weigh a little bit. Uh, I like under 41, and I like Steelers +3 just because it's Carson Wentz.
Yep, good call. All right. Buccaneers hosting the Eagles. Both teams undefeated. Eagles haven't looked great. They know how to win. They're the defending Super Bowl champs. Tampa Bay is finding a way to win every week. Baker Mayfield's on a roll. I think the Eagles' luck runs out. They should have lost that game to the Rams. I don't know if they lose, but it's 3.5. So I'm getting the home team, which is a
Hmm.
good team, in the hook, so a field goal and a hook. I'll take the points. So give me the Buccaneers +3.5 hosting the Eagles.
I like it. Baker Mayfield, man, tough, just
Tough.
tough. He just,
Good. I mean, he's
plays. He doesn't forget. I love that he's like, yeah,
he
that was
doesn't.
also the guy that cut me when I was in Carolina. So he remembers. Baker
It's
keeps
true.
receipts.
What a turnaround career he's had. Started
Yep.
off shaky with the Browns and the Panthers, had a couple games with the
Yep.
Rams. He has found a spot with the Bucs and he's played great.
You watch him. I firmly believe he watched a guy like Manziel and go, well, I'm the best athlete on the field. I'm the best athlete at quarterback. Then you find out you're not, and then you hit the fork in the road. You either got to be coachable and really go, okay, I can't rely on my athleticism, or do what Johnny Football did. And that's where I think Baker went, yeah, I'd like to keep this football thing going. And I mean, it's hard not to root for the guy. So I like it. Packers Cowboys. Packers -6.5. I don't think this game will be close. I think it'll be similar to the Bears game. Parsons is going to have all the motivation in the world. CD's out. We've got injuries on the O line. Just recipe for a Packers win. See me Packers -6.5.
I have the exact same bet. This game will not be close. Sunday Night Football, Packers -6.5 for everything you just said. This game will not be close. Packers are going to put it on the Cowboys' ass Sunday night. I
Yep.
hate to say it, but it's going to happen. So Packers -6.5, 6.5. I'm right there with you.
Got another one 6.5. Chargers and Giants. Give me Chargers -6.5. The Giants are starting Jackson Dart, so that could go either way. It could go either way in college. This is the NFL. This is a rookie QB. Uh, Russell Wilson had looked great. Then, of course, he looked like old Russell Wilson. Then they benched him. Jackson Dart's going to be coming in, and I think the Chargers they're firing on all cylinders right now, putting up points, and I just 6.5 isn't enough. Chargers -6.5.
It's a tough team to make your first start against, by the way. The Chargers are
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Undefeated. I mean, they're good. They're good.
You're gonna find out real quick about running and trying to throw in the NFL. I don't care. Practice is one thing. Game is completely different.
Yep.
And
And the
Jackson
Giants
Dart's going to have
stink.
he's going to have his welcome to the NFL moment. And Malik Neighbors dealing with some injury
Yep.
issues. So I'm going, okay, so your number one target's out. Excuse me, or number one target's hurt. That's just not boding well for old Jackson Dart.
Yep. All right, my last one. Colts at the Rams. It's another one I'm taking the number here. Colts are undefeated. I'm buying into the hype here. Colts defense is playing really well. Jonathan Taylor is on my fantasy, and he is
Oh, yeah, me
leading the
too.
league in rushing. He is running all over teams. Give me the
He's
Colts
back.
+3.5. You're getting the field goal in the hook. I know they're on the road, but Colts +3.5 over the Rams.
I like it. Stafford is one hit away, man. I know
True.
they're all one hit away. Stafford's had back problems. That is almost the kiss of death every time for a
He's our
quarterback.
and he's our age. I mean, he's
Yeah.
39 years old.
Yeah, I sneezed too hard the other day and had to go to the doctor. So, I mean, I can't imagine. Ravens and Chiefs. Give me the Ravens minus 2.5, just
Great
because
bet.
they always get them in the regular season. And then everyone starts to hit the panic button on the Chiefs. What do they got? Da 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 da. And the Chiefs end up getting them back in the playoffs. We're in the regular season. Give me Ravens minus 2.5.
All right. Is that it for you?
Oh, one more. Bears Raiders under 47.5. Bears and Raiders. I think the Bears came out super motivated to beat us. Like everyone always wants to come out and beat the Cowboys, so we get everybody's A game. The Raiders, I think, are a little better than what the Raiders are probably better than us, or at least just as good as us. But there's no motivation there to beat the Raiders, and I think this one goes under. So
What
that's it.
what's that number?
47.
47 and a half? Yeah, that's a lot of
Yep.
points. And also,
What I said.
forget the Bears' old coach is a Cowboys DC who's terrible. He needs to be fired immediately. So they probably had some motivation going against their old
Mhm.
coach. So,
Yep.
okay, here's the rundown. First for Jimmy in college, he's got a Friday night game. He's got TCU plus 3.5. Then he takes Arkansas Notre Dame under 64 by the half point for Jimmy. North Texas, South Alabama over 63. Syracuse plus 4.5. LSU plus 1.5. And LSU Ole Miss over 56.5. In the NFL, Jimmy's got Steelers Vikings under 41. Steelers plus 3. Packers minus 6.5. Chargers minus 6.5. Ravens minus 2.5. Bears Raiders under 47.5. Myself, Creed 3 on a Friday. I got Virginia plus 7.5 hosting Florida State. I got Arkansas Notre Dame over 63 by the half point down. Get the right number. Georgia Southern, James Madison over 56. Toledo minus 20 over Akron in the NFL. I got Steelers plus 3, Buccaneers plus 3.5, Colts plus 3.5, Packers minus 6.5. Those are our picks, our best bets. Keep it rolling. I'm going to try to have another winning week. Jimmy's going to get back on the winning train this week. So get them in. Like, comment,
I like
subscribe
it.
on YouTube. We're also on Apple Podcasts. Check us out there. Like, comment, subscribe, Jimmy.
That's right. Hit it. Let's get our numbers up,
Get our numbers
and
up.
get our numbers up on subscribers. Let's get our numbers up, at least me anyway, on these bets,
Let's
and
do it.
let's make next week's show a different show.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna go ahead and buy me a mink coat that I can wear for next week's show.
Let's
Because
go.
after
Go 12-0. Buy you a mink coat. Thanks
all
for
these bets
listening.
hit.
Check us out. Gridiron Grind.